Good evening, everybody. Professor Bobo here, coming at you with NGS Division C East Week 2. This matchup is between Hand Banana and Something Heroic. This is the first game of a Friday night doubleheader. Tonight, for the first half of my doubleheader, I will be joined by Siege once again. Siege, how's it going?
Good, glad to be here once again.
Right on, man. A bit of an interesting matchup. Hand Banana, a new team to NGS. Something Heroic was a Division C team last year. You can take a quick peek at the standings on the bottom there. You can see that there is definitely a difference in record, as Hand Banana has come out of the gate strong with a 2-0, Something Heroic with an 0-2. We'll get a little bit deeper into why that might be happening, but NGS this season per division has increased the number of teams in the playoffs. So while Hand Banana has come out with a strong start, Something Heroic on the opposite end, there is plenty of seasons left to go. Both of our teams are in lobby. We'll get it ready toot sweet as we take a look at the previous results. Hand Banana with a pair of wins over Proyak XD and Hot Boys. And on the opposite side, Something Heroic with losses to Married with Children, as well as Buzz Kicks. And touching on the schedule, we'll bring up our keys to the game. And just to highlight, actually, the second point, they're a little bit out of order. Sending out an SOS. The strength of schedule here has been rather unbalanced, just from the looks of things right now. Hand Banana, so far, have played up against two teams without points, and on the flip side, Something Heroic have gone up against two teams with winning records. Jumping back up to our first point, we'll talk about manipulating first pick, first ban a little bit. Right now, the dominant trend is Maiev and Phoenix bans. Siege, I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, I think that's just standard at this point right now with NGS.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like Phoenix is more of an optional ban, but I feel like Maiev is very solidly banned.
And then the one I think we want to talk about when we're looking to sort of manipulate first pick, first ban is the one thing to keep an eye on is when teams are letting one of those two, quote unquote dominant heroes through. What is the goal behind that? Are they looking to pick up one of those heroes? Is it maybe building towards something else in draft? Maybe they have a little bit of a pocket strat, and perhaps Maiev and Phoenix don't play into that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they could also have a certain counter strategy that they want to use against the enemy team. So maybe they're trying to let the enemy team actually get that and try and have that play into their hidden strategy. Maybe they have some sort of pocket counter into Phoenix.
I agree. And as we get ready to jump into draft, just the last point up there, spin to win. Just one thing to keep an eye on. Defa, 4 games on Sonya thus far. We know that it's not really a strong position to be banning out solo laners to go with, but let's just see where that kind of takes effect. See, Jenna, Sonya always strong. She works on any map. But do you feel like she's necessary right now to win?
I don't know. I feel like having her is really good, but I feel like as long as you have a competent offlane as the Hanzo first ban.
That was a quick snap ban.
I feel like just having a competent solo lane, it doesn't necessarily have to be Sonya. Like, I am quite guiltily, I must add, an advocate for Probius, but the fact that Sonya is in the meta, Probius maybe not so much.
There's actually been 2 Probius wins at HGC. So I'm thinking you may just be ahead of the curve. There was one game in Korea, and then actually tonight a little bit of a meme. But 2-0 on the Pro, he could be S tier next week.
Probius.
So Hanzo and Medivh removed, and Hand Banana will jump on the first pick Malfurion, letting Stukov through. To me, that signals either the intent to pick the Tracer or maybe force the secondary ban. With a Hanzo removal, obviously Greymane moving up. We'll see what Something Heroic has here. 30 seconds left.
It'll be interesting to see their picks here because the first bans, Hanzo, Medivh, neither of those are the Phoenix Maiev that we were expecting.
Exactly, and Phoenix and Maiev can be picked together. I do think it works. Phoenix, as long as he's well protected, he provides, wave clear, single target DPS. He's got a little bit of burst, solid heroics. There's a Phoenix and the Blaze to follow up. So Maiev does make it through.
I like the drafts.
Garrison.
Oh, there you go.
There it
Another
is.
Sonya.
Yep, we did talk about it. Defop, that's now his 5th straight map on Sonya. And he will be matched up against the Blaze.
Looks like he isn't going to just stop playing Sonya yet because it's working for him.
I think we both expect the Tracer ban here. Or at least we hope to see it. I certainly would not want to be playing Phoenix into Tracer.
That'd be a shame because there's a lot of lockdown already on the side of Hand Banana.
It will be an instant delete if Phoenix in particular is grabbed.
If Garrosh so much as breathes on Phoenix, he dies.
They're going deep into this here. I'm not sure. Is this a generic Greymane ban because something heroic doesn't want it? Jaina.
Interesting.
A Snap Diablo ban. I like how confident Hand Banana is. I mean, these are quick picks.
Yeah, I think it says a lot about the team. I think it says a bit about both teams. One of them very quick to action, they know what they're doing, and the other one want to kind of think it through a little bit.
Absolutely, and again, just a reminder: Hand Banana 2-0, something heroic 0-2. Perhaps that's being reflected here in draft. Strong race that is left. Again, Greymane. You have the old-fashioned Vala. I don't expect to see it here.
Somewhat unorthodox, maybe, but Zul'jin?
You know, I really don't mind it. I don't mind it if you don't have to deal with a Tracer from levels 1 to 10.
Absolutely.
Blaze with the bunker, though, a solid Tracer deterrent. It does require really, really quick coordination. Is the Uther. The Samuro. That's my second Samuro on BOE.
Very interesting.
Shout out to Gilly Shark. I don't know if they wound up starting that meta. And Luna and Greymane. So two. Okay, so no Tracer picked up. Again, the Uther also another deterrent, but Hand Banana went for that instantly. Lunara, the age-old counter to Uther.
Dot.
The Samuro is really kind of neat. An offlaner who can also roam. He's got very easy camp clear, solid race potential. You've got a soft but not too squishy backline with a Malf, Luna, and Greymane.
I mean, and if he gets into there, he can start wreaking some havoc.
What do you want to see for last pick here? Diablo removed. Johanna up in the meta, but... and obviously the blinds are good. Good into Garrosh. So that would signal a very defensive comp for sure.
I'm looking to just see a bruiser here.
I think we could see an ETC. ETC or Joe here. Okay, the Joe. A little bit as expected. So Johanna, yep, adding the obviously adding the blinds. This is a team in Hand Banana that is dominantly on the AA side.
Wow, is that no swapping required?
Yeah, you know, I don't know who to pick in this one. I like the Samuro pick. I just think it's kind of neat.
I always root for people who have their little pocket picks out there, and they are the underdogs right now, so...
And I thought there might have been a chance that something heroic might have gone with a main tank Blaze and offlane Samuro and maybe find another flex in there. Remember, Maiev made it through the entirety of the draft, but now Samuro, again, the opportunity to roam. Early game, tough to get ganks. I mean, BOE being a 2-lane map, you're not really going to be pushing very far out. A lot of pressure on Silverhawk. We'll see what he can do in this game.
I feel like something good that Samuro can do, though, is like he can draw a lot of fire from the Lunara and the Greymane, and maybe it allows the Phoenix that precious extra auto attack or a couple seconds to keep fighting.
Shout out to Mike PPM, I see you in chat there. A Hand Banana fan. Seems to have the scouting on them. Who else is hanging out? Splorf. I see you, buddy. Hand Banana bringing the fans in tonight. I'm not even going to bother with the straw poll. I think we know where this chat is leading. Once again, NGS Season 4, Week 2. We are coming at you with Hand Banana versus Something Heroic. We'll start here on the right side. For Something Heroic, Guts will be playing the Uther, Eternity the Captain on Phoenix, Terespaz on the Johanna. Malazzo will be playing the Blaze, and Silverhawk is going to be taking the Blade Master. We got, again, our second Samuro game on BOE.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
For Hand Banana, Ray will be playing the Garrosh. Sammy YC on the Lunara. Draco will be playing the Greymane Mosher on Malfurion. And for the 5th time in 5 maps, to Fop on the Barbarian. Sonya heading on top lane.
Certainly consistent.
I mean, if you're winning, why change it? Taking a look at our talents here very quickly. Just to highlight the Phoenix Arsenal Synergy picked up. Again, getting away from the Q build. Shield taking on the Blaze. It seems we're going to poke it out a little bit. Nothing out of the ordinary here. We do have Wave of Light taken for Uther on level 1. Greymane building into Worgen form. And Ray building into Shieldbreaker as well.
They do have Johanna in the off lane.
Interesting. I hope that Something Heroic is going to use this for maybe some sort of interesting early rotation with Silverhawk. They have strong wave clear and good safety here in the bot lane. Ray there blocking the jet propulsion. He's looking for the toss on the Blaze. He flips him in. There's a great root follow-up. Right now, Blaze under a massive amount of pressure from an Ray. He goes down. A little bit of a chaser from Silverhawk. And first blood claimed by Hand Banana. Shout out to Mosher. They're the root on point. Joe and Sonya, excuse me, going at it in top lane. Really, really good patience there from Ray. He held out quite long. I mean, obviously Blaze is probably the last target you want to be looking for. But the patience there, leading to first blood.
And a very early camp.
And the counter here up top. We'll take a peek. Let's see if Silverhawk can wind up securing this camp to Fop in here. He'll be able to survive forever with spin to win. And Terespaz will cover. So Silverhawk already grabbing one camp. Keep an eye on that Samuro, see how it pays off. 9 times out of 10, Samuro is going to claim, what is it, oh god, what's the Merc capturing reward at the end of games?
Headhunter, I believe?
I believe it is. And big pressure on Ray here. He does not have access to Unstoppable. Good jet propulsion from Malazzo. Guts with the follow-up. Malazzo trying to get out there. He'll jet propulsion out. And the first 2 kills, both on tanks.
Yeah, I think the kill's definitely going in favor of Something Heroic, though.
Smart play by Draco here. I like the hold. In the meantime, Eternity and Silverhawk will wind up picking up the Shaman camp on the opposite side of the map. So both teams will have opposite sides. Push. Level 4 coming into play here. We'll pop our talents up. Indomitable now picked up on Garrosh. We have Battle Rage and everything along the same lines. We do have the Trent. And keep an eye on Malazzo here as he gets flipped. There's another good combo from Ray. The jet propulsion evades the root. But the Fop.
But he's just going to get cornered.
Big spear there. Well played. 2-1 in terms of kills. And right now, Something Heroic cleaning up the Shaman camp with Terespaz in the top lane. Right now, Silverhawk pushing a little bit against.
Ooh, a nice throw into the Immortal Stun.
I like what this Garrosh is doing. Ray making moves. There's a root. It'll claim Johanna. Nothing else. Eternity right now feeling pretty safe as Guts positions himself. The halftime show is kicked off. As expected, Greymane wins. About a quarter of a level lead. Hand Banana will easily be able to claim this first Punisher. Good a thought here from Something Heroic. They are keeping themselves off on side lanes. They'll be able to keep even in XP. It's about a half shield immortal. Their defense is not great, but Phoenix is going to be exceptional into this immortal.
Yeah, all they have to do is just make sure he doesn't die. The classic, as I like to call it, NA League style. Protect your AD carry.
Oh, and another big throw from Ray. No chance for Uther.
And this Garrosh is just putting in so much work.
Yeah, that's the third kill on a throw. The roots have been there as well. I don't expect that one to get through to the second game. Ray with really good plays here. Silverhawk will use the clones. Something Heroic is going to have to be really careful here going forward. As level 7 is picked up and now a 1 level lead. A good double. Oh man. The warp. Oh, the point. Let's see if Luna's got another poison proc. Okay, and Guts picks up the save. Ray, buddy. Almost going 4 for 4.
I was about to say, up until there, it was like 3 tosses, 3 kills.
You know, we had just that tiny little bit of positioning there to guarantee that he threw the Phoenix and not the Samuro. Quick camp picked up here. Interesting build from Phoenix. We'll highlight it real quick. So we have Arsenal Synergy here, picked up at level 1. Into Inhibiting Energy, which I don't believe is a talent I've seen picked yet. And then Combat Advantage at 7.
It's a very different build.
Going into Phase Bomb. Wants that AoE damage. Good poke here from Sammy YC. We'll see if Ray can shark in. Throws the clone. A good unstoppable there from Johanna, saving yet another kill. 3 kills to 1. This is a 1 level lead. Hand Banana will be looking to take this advantage into 10 and certainly looking to put themselves in a power position for the second immortal. Keep an eye on Ray here. He's going to get the throw in Eternity. There's the root. Do we have a warp in time? We do. Wow. That's the second time that Phoenix has had to use the warp post-root.
Right now, Eternity's like, shield capacitor, I love you.
Ray, I hate you, though. This dude's got throws. I like what he's doing on this Garrosh, and again, every single time he has made a play, Mosher has been there to back him up. Level 10 comes online for Hand Banana. Warlord's Challenge. We have Thornworn Vine. I like that talent. I feel like Leaping Strike is a little bit of a solo queue play. I like the Thornwood Vine, especially in the Uther here. Curse Bullet, Wrath of the Berserker, and Twilight Dream. Hand Banana. Moving in to capture this second immortal. Another throw. Guts gets taunt. Curse Bullet. Don't even need the root with the taunt there. 4th kill. Mike PPM, I don't think Ray's going to let Something Heroic shut this Garrosh down. Ray is on fire. Silverhawk is
simply nothing that Something Heroic has been able to do here.
No, and they're going to have to keep pestering the Garrosh. And again, this is post-10. They're going to have to keep pestering the Garrosh with the Samuro clones. And that's certainly not the way that you want to play it. You want your Samuro to be off in different lanes. But I have a feeling that if Something Heroic is not able to keep 2 Samuros, if you will, around the Garrosh at all times, this game is just going to snowball hard. This is a full shield immortal. Expect the fort to go down. 1 tower already removed. Could be threatening a keep wall at the least here.
Yeah, I liked the idea of having the Samuro clones around to maybe, you know, mess up the Garrosh throws a little bit, but then you lose just so much of Samuro's value.
You know, the problem is they don't have enough poke there. Ooh, and Garrosh walks in with the Warlord's Challenge. He will just get Johanna. Curse Bullet comes out. Eternity. Yeah, it's a good retaliation there just to get the poke out. And now Eternity is in huge trouble. He is going to get stunned by the Immortal as well. He will eat the root. Something Heroic here. We'll have to give the fort up eventually to Raspaz. Wow.
Oh, very nice.
He dodges the T-Dream with the Falling Sword. Uther using Divine Shield. Does he have enough space to get out? The root goes out. Uther grab. There's the flip. You know, if Ray's not going to get you the first time, I think he's going to get you the second if you're going to give him that extra opportunity. Uther goes down 5 kills to 1. This is now a 2-level lead. Handbanana closing in on 13. Keep Wall goes down. Silverhawk getting chucked. And
He's gone.
this is getting gross. Somebody stop that man. Does he have Eternity here? The warp goes out. He taunts to Johanna. There's another Joe throw. Curse Bullet comes out, followed by the Root. 7th kill.
Something Heroic is gonna have all of eternity to think of that one.
Okay, I see you. I see you there. The falling sword dodge was pretty cool, though. You know, to be honest, I didn't actually see that talent picked.
Yeah, I feel like they picked it literally, quite literally in the nick of time.
I like how Handbanana is posturing over this keep. I want to see them sacrifice 1 for it. They don't take it. Given that they're in a position of strength, you know, they certainly should feel confident. But I think that's one spot where if you go back and you look at your VODs, you need to go get that keep.
Yeah, definitely. But they are up quite a bit. They're definitely way in control of this game right now. This is their game to lose. I feel like them playing it safe a little bit, maybe that's more their style. And I definitely respect that if that's what they're more comfortable with.
Again, we're nitpicking. This is a team that's up 7-1 to kills. They have the 13 advantage, but you have 13 advantage there. This guy is sitting at what, maybe 10% health left on that? Take it.
Take it.
Especially because it's early enough that a death is really not going to punish you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But this way, they're playing very safe. They're 100%
I like what Malazzo did there. Let's see if he can wind up picking up the FOP. Eternity blinks in. Sonya will eventually go down. She'll pop Wrath. It's not going to be enough. Good invade there from
Very
something
nice
heroic.
play.
Yep. Look at it turn it a little bit here. And here comes the big fella. D-Shield
Very
and
nice.
the bunker. Blade Storm. Falling Sword.
A perfect salvo.
Something heroic. With a good
Out
bit
of
of
nowhere.
comeback. Wow. 4 kills. Eternity there with a big purification salvo. He takes the D-Shield from Guts. Blade Storm, not the heroic that you typically see picked on Samuro, but doing work for him. They close a 2-level lead. And it's down to 1 level here. Even Talentiers.
And it was very well executed.
I like that combo there. Falling Sword paying dividends. It saved Johanna from 1 kill, and it helped secure 3 in that situation. So something heroic now with a chance to pick up a ton of XP. They have an opportunity to snowball this as well. Keep an eye out. This push will be going top lane. It looks like they're sending all 5. I like the play that they're making here. It's a little bit late in the game to be splitting 1-4. You have a keep that can go down with a breath bot lane. They're going to need to make a play here. Keep an eye on this flank from Defop.
Yeah, the Handbanana knows this. They're getting set up with Sonya Defop on the side over there. He's just waiting for an opening.
The only target he really has, though, would be the Phoenix. Phoenix taking a lot of poison damage here. There's a Purification Salvo, and the taunt cancels it. Malazzo with the Jet Propulsion in. The Roots are throwing out as well. I expect Bunker any second here. There it is. A little bit of a reset here for something heroic. Phoenix still in trouble. He is deep. Spear misses. Twilight Dream only hits 1, and Terraspaz will peel. Another salvo attempt here. It does wind up picking a little bit of poke arrows with the Indomitable out, but he is in big trouble. Falling Sword is going to...
Falling
Yep.
Sword is going to secure that, probably.
Probably. But Samuro...
He's going to be taken down in exchange. Trades his life 1-for-1 for Ray. Can they secure 2 onto Defop? I don't think so.
That, in a nutshell right there, is why Blade Storm is not a great pick. You are vulnerable. You do... especially with the Lunara there, she winds up chunking Silverhawk out. It's a traded kill. And something heroic after picking up this camp. Evens out our talent tiers. But does not get that keep wall damage that we were hoping to see. Even talent tiers here. Siege, what do you want to see, brother?
I really want to see something heroic get Gel and get Blaze to chain some serious CC onto that back line, because Malfurion and Garrosh have just been so in sync this game for Hand Banana. And I feel like something needs to shake that up, or else they aren't going to be able to make a comeback.
You know, they've shown some good things here. Falling Sword has been performing quite well for them.
Absolutely. Their Johanna has been playing quite well.
At one point, this was 7-1 in terms of kills. This has now almost even out, 8-6. I think the Samuro clones, again, under pressure from Thornwood Vine. Taraspaz here. Postures for the fort, does not take it. Going back to the previous point, what has absolutely benefited something heroic here is that they have not had to fight in lane. That's where a lot of the early kill pressure came from Ray on that Garrosh. And a big invade.
Ray walking up.
The poke, Defat was a little late there.
I'm just gonna set for Immortals here.
Keep an eye on Ray. Something heroic doesn't take the bait.
You have to be very careful, because Hand Banana's race is much better, I feel.
Maybe not quite much, though.
Yeah, actually, they
Solid.
evened it out like quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And now something heroic will take the defensive position. Or will it? Ooh, they're going in for the invade here. Eternity at the back. Keep an eye out. He's been interrupted on these purification salvos. Falling Sword comes out. We'll see if Mulatto has a target. Falling Sword, really nothing but poke. Defop is going to have a big flank here. The bunker gets out. Silverhawk is going to get spun to death. Purification salvo comes out. A lot of low targets. Draco and Sammy YCC are both low.
But this fight is just chaotic.
Mulatto winds up with the jet propulsion backwards just to get the peel, and Sonya goes down. Ray under pressure here. The root winds up hitting 2. Both of these teams just trading out right now. It is 4 for 4. Oh, and Mulatto gets thrown into the Immortal. Guts is out of mana, and these teams will reset. Ray, you're a bad man. You're a bad, bad man. 10-7 in terms of kills. Both teams on level 17. I believe he's going to be able to get the throw here.
No prisoners here.
Taunt, root, Greymane follow. Oh, and the D-shield to the warp out. So it will cost something heroic, the Immortal. They, however, save their Phoenix.
Looks like they're going to try and contest this anyway.
I think Taraspaz had a chance there at Sammy YYC. There's the Blade Storm. Can he reach Luna? No.
Link forward on Eternity.
There's a Wrath Q. Wow. Great spear by Defop on the back line. Bit of spin here. He'll heal up on the Samuro clones. But Eternity, you know, we questioned that Phase Bomb build earlier, but it's doing good backline damage. Meanwhile, Ray here chunked out. He looks like he is ready to go down. In the meantime, yeah. And Defop pressuring at the front line here, so Garrosh gone.
Oh, a nice 3-man stun.
Great jet propulsion there, hitting Mouth, Sonya, and Luna.
They're going to be able to shut down the Sonya and probably take the Immortal off of this.
Not if they keep eating those stuns. All right,
Oh,
something.
you're definitely right about that.
Something heroic will wind up taking this. A huge, protracted fight. Kills being traded back and forth. Both teams had to use their tap there at the beginning of the Immortal phase and through the middle. But something heroic with a low shield Immortal here. Not sure they'll be able to get too much. For sure they'll be able to secure this bottom fort.
I feel like the most amazing part is, though, they're actually quite... Their XP lead is quite noticeable now. And they were down 7 kills to 1 earlier in the game, and now it's 10 to 9.
Yeah, 2 levels. They've been very impressive post 10. Again, they've been getting team fights outside of the landing phase, and I think that's been the big key for them there. Iron Skin used. Jet Propulsion will catch no one. Something heroic will wait for the Immortal to step on up to this keep wall. I'm not sure that they have to take the keep. They will win the race to 20. Mulatto there hits 2. No real threat. Ray jumping in there. He throws a Samuro clone over the wall. Oh, no.
Unstoppable ain't saving you from this one.
I thought he had the ability to blink out there. There's a taunt on the Johanna. That should be the second kill. No, there's D-Shield and Falling Sword at the same time. Bunker also used. The Immortal will step up to the keep.
Guts is gonna get
Uther.
that back.
Not getting out of there. Good body block. An immediate pivot here by something heroic to try to pick up a camp. Both teams will hit 20 at about the same time.
Most important thing here, though, is don't die, because they can just straight up pressure your keep right now while you're down 2.
And it really does look like Hand Banana realizes this. They have 2 kills, 20 seconds without Samuro, 40 for Uther. That Thornwood Vine poke should secure.
Yeah, and if Ray just walks
Yeah.
up, they can just take this.
There's Draco on the Greymane. Boy, that wisp.
How fast is their rotation? Can they catch them at the bruiser?
Ooh, something heroic needs to give this up, or it could be game. There's a jet propulsion into a taunt. Wow, TGM and Bunker used. Malazzo does not wind up getting silenced, but does he have enough to get out? No. Blaze traded out. Risky camp. I think the minute that something heroic saw the wisp there, they should have immediately just gotten out of dodge.
And Hand Banana is going to pick up 20 off that.
But at the same time, something heroic gets their 20s as well. We'll flash our talents real quick here. They wind up taking this wall out. They'll be prepped. But at this point in the game, whoever takes the next Immortal is definitely going to win. Johanna has to use Falling Sword. She was at half health. Now a little bit of a chase. Eternity with a little bit of poke. And it looks like Hand Banana will be able to get out. Any surprises here at level 20 with these talents?
I'm just taking a look at them now. You see Phoenix continuing with his phase bomb build.
The upgraded Blade Storm as well. Low value on Blade Storm this game. Very good counterplay. Particularly from Ray, making sure that when he does get a throw, it is the true Samuro. Halftime show kicked off, but something heroic does a solid amount of damage. They will have their Blaze back now. This team fight is going to decide the game. Oh, there's the Indomitable there. Eats the jet propulsion. Teraspas trying to make a move onto the back line. Curse Bullet comes out as well. Defop with a... Oh, wow. The Wrath Poison Spear winds up chucking out Eternity. He takes the D-Shield and gets away. Defop now is going to be pressured. This fight is underneath of Hand Banana's Immortal. That's going to cost Samuro.
Storm, Twilight Dream, and Bunker all being popped there in that fight.
Malazzo is trapped as well. This looks like it's going to wind up being it. Eternity trying to find a kill to pick up. Johanna will be able to get out. Don't forget she's got the shield once she goes down. That's going to cost Uther. Yeah, Defop is on Phoenix as well. This is going to be game 1. A 4-man kill. Phoenix with the Death Gargle. And it's only a lonely Johanna. Draco will pick up this Immortal. Not really needed. Uther at the back here.
Yeah, they can just march down through the end. So it was a little bit chaotic at first, but it looks like they're just going to close it out just fine.
Hand Banana strong at the beginning of the game. Strong at the end of the game when it counted. And they will take game number 1.
I feel like if this were one of the games where you're going to make a case for some sort of moral victory, something heroic certainly did show a lot of promise in the mid game and certainly tried their best to make a comeback.
They were fantastic in the mid game. They were absolutely fantastic. Certainly, you know, there's always a couple of adjustments to be made here as we look at these stats. Tough going for Uther. Guts always going to struggle. Particularly into a Lunara. That's, again, the pick. Either Lunara or Gul'dan.
1,000 hero damage.
Thornwood Vine. In coordinated play, I love seeing Thornwood Vine. I think Leaping Strike winds up becoming a crutch. It's always good. Listen, on the ladder, it's a great tool. But in coordinated team fights like this, particularly with the Garrosh, you need that added damage. And, yeah, 101k is pretty darn good.
They needed that added damage, and he had them in spades.
Just a quick shout out here. Ziltoid, I don't know if you're watching, brother. Thank you for calling me out for not having the match summary screen up. This one's for you. We're going to get our lobby queued up. Game 2 is going to be played on Towers of Doom. Adjustments that you want to see in this second game, Siege.
I'd like to see, I guess, on the side of Hand Banana, a bit more control throughout the mid game, because their early game, fantastic. Ray was a monster. Mid game, they fell apart a little bit. They definitely left the door open for something heroic, but then they slammed that door right shut in the end game.
They made some different choices, particularly with their heroics. And that's something that's always a little, that's kind of a tough thing to pick on. Anything can work if you're coordinated, but low value, particularly from Bladestorm, sort of balanced out the surprisingly high amount of value that we got out of Falling Sword in that game.
Yeah, and I think that I feel like since our eyes were more on Samuro that game, maybe we're overreacting a little bit to Bladestorm, but yeah, there just really wasn't much value to be found there.
It's very tough. It's great when you can use it as a tool to sort of guarantee kills, but if you're trying to engage with it, it is really, really difficult for sure. So Towers of Doom, our second map. Hand Banana takes the 1-0 lead.
I feel like there also just wasn't that much damage coming out of the side of something heroic. They had a lot of really nice tank plays, and their mid game was really good, but I feel like their damage struggled quite a bit there. Samuro didn't get much value. Eternity was literally like always running away from Sonya and Garrosh, so not much to be had there.
Yeah, he had to eat a lot of D shields. We were really not able to see like an offensive D shield. That certainly might have helped out. In fact, Purification Salvo got canceled a number of times in the early game.
His salvos looked really good though. When they were able to fire.
Yeah, he got consistent value. He was always hitting four targets, and the one thing about Purification Salvo, if you're not aware, it goes on a 10-second cooldown if it's interrupted, so it's back quickly. But we were not able to really see like Bladestorm and Salvo clicked, at the same time, right? Like I think that would have been the dream setup. Can you get Falling Sword, Jet Propulsion, and then your 2 DPS heroes able to press the R button at the same time? And the Garrosh is always going to sort of prevent you from doing that, but maybe you can use an offensive D shield in that spot. It's a tough play, but if you're going to make this kind of draft, particularly with the Samuro, the execution has to be on point. And while it was exceptional in the middle of the game, at the end there, it just fell apart a little bit. We'll just check.
Yeah.
And
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Just going to check and see if our teams are ready. But sorry, your points each. My apologies.
Yeah. Since Eternity was literally just always getting chunked down for so much, and Guts had to keep de-shielding him, I feel like one of the main ways we were going to see value out of Bladestorm is if they could have de-shielded him offensively.
Agree. Every time he went in for that Bladestorm, it was immediately pounced upon by Lunara.
If
Really,
not just
yeah.
Warlords challenged outright.
Yeah, you're unstoppable in it, but once it expires, kind of tough. Map number 2, Hand Banana with a 1-0 lead. If you're just joining us, NGS Season 4, Week 2. This is Division C East. Hand Banana looking to improve to 3-0, something heroic, hoping to pick up their first points of the season. They're going to go with a first ban on Medivh. I don't think they were listening to Mike PPM in chat there. Is what we'd like to see. Well, that's what I would have liked to have seen as well. A Tracer ban. So Maiev and Phoenix make it through.
Again, very interesting, but I guess Hand Banana didn't feel the need to ban Phoenix. I feel like Eternity was quite good on it, but he got chunked so much that there just wasn't much he could do.
First pick to Aka. Malf Diablo. Okay. So, Maya Phoenix make it through. Garrosh makes it through. None of those heroes picked up. We also, yet again, do not have Stukov in the first 3 picks. That one also surprising me.
As unorthodox as it might sound, on this map, and I particularly love this map because I enjoy playing mages, I'm always going to root for, hey, can I maybe see a Chromie, or can I maybe see a Nova here? Because I always think those characters are really fun to watch.
Phoenix picked up here for something heroic they will go back to, and I expect to see Eternity on that hero yet again. An Ethereal pickup. Maybe just a sort of snap counter to the possibility of Garrosh. And the Uther ban from Hand Banana.
Another Jaina ban.
Yeah, they play Jaina a lot. Again, shout out to my to chat for pointing that one out. Sonya Greymane, very quickly. So that's 6 for 6 on Defop.
Sonya until you lose.
Yeah, why not? Just if you're 5-0 for it, go for 6.
We go to the end of the NGS season. We find out he's played like 20 games on Sonya.
Okay, there's the Stukov coming out. There's a decidedly short on CC is the comp here from something heroic. Right now,
Yeah,
you only have that Dahakatung and Stukov who needs some setup. Okay, Junkrat. So they go with the displays.
I like the idea of Tyrell, but I'm not sure if I would have taken him over Blaze. And the Chromie!
There she is. Quick draft. Very quick draft. Chromie Greymane, a strong DPS combo on Towers of Doom. A few months ago, this was the go-to. Neither of these teams really prioritizing the Hanzo. After all, he was banned out in the first game, but Chromie, again, Temporal Loop, when you are up against a Stukov, can be a big problem. We're going to see some role swaps here a little bit. Taraspaz, who played the Johanna, is going to be moving around. Guts was Uther, now Junkrat. So some changes. The only constant is going to be Eternity on the Phoenix. Where are you leaning on this one? I have conflicts.
I'm really leaning towards the side of Hand Banana here, because I think their comp is just a lot stronger in general. I feel like they have a lot more CC and a lot more ways to deal damage than just a little bit of poke from Junkrat, some solid auto attacks from Phoenix, and then like Tyrell, he just doesn't really have much CC, if any.
Yeah, but he's Tyrael. And I like Tyrael. And I like Junkrat.
And I like Phoenix a lot.
Okay. We're going to have to see where this one winds up. Once again, for something heroic, searching for their first map win of the season, Guts is going to be dishing out the mayhem. Eternity on Phoenix, Silverhawk on the Stukov. Malazzo will be playing Tyrael, and Taraspaz will be playing the Dahaka. On the flip side here for Hand Banana, looking to improve to 3-0. Defop. Yep, Sonya. Ray is going to be playing the Diablo. Sammy YC on the Chromie. Mosher yet again on the Malfurion. I want to watch him. And off, heading bot on the Greymane, Draco. So some consistency here in the draft for Hand Banana as something heroic chooses to sort of make a couple of changes, get some more comfort picks.
It'll be interesting to see the synergy this game from Ray and Mosher again, see if they can get those Diablo flips instead of the Garrosh flips into the Malfruits.
The two of them were fantastic. Oh. The hunter finds himself a Lord of Terror in the jungle. Yeah, Mosher and Ray leading from the front. DPS follow-up was always there, but in that early game, that 7-1 kill advantage that we talked about that was basically pre-10 was really all born from the tank support CC. I really like what we saw there. Both teams coming out right now in a 1-1-3.
And this Junkrat is quite annoying early on.
Listen, if you're being annoying, you're playing the Junkrat in the right way. That's another trap that Ray winds up beating. Both teams will wind up moving for their early sapper camps. Just about everything even here. However, Hand Banana will leave Mosher on his Malfurion here mid. We'll see if they wind up picking up a little bit of extra XP. Looks like they got a quarter level lead so far.
It'll be interesting to see how hard Guts on this Junkrat can pressure this bottom lane, because that's a lot of wave clear. It's very, very safe poke most of the time. And it does a surprising amount of damage. You wouldn't expect that one little grenade to do so much.
Yeah, especially against Chromie here. If he's patient, you know, you can throw out 2 or 3 frag grenades every time she's winding up for a spell. Diablo under a little bit of pressure here. Malazzo does not. Okay, there is the Q out. My apologies for not seeing that one. Quick rotate down here from Eternity. It's been a 1-1-3 the entire part of the early game here from Hand Banana, and they've used it to pick up about a quarter level lead of experience, and it's spiking here.
Terraspaz gotta make something happen topside.
He's going to have to give this camp up to the FOP. Unless Eternity winds up moving up. You can see the Phoenix. Or no, now the Phoenix winds up sliding down into mid to pick up the wave. Sonya will wind up taking this. Who would take a god-level drag. Okay. You would have to drag, hold Sonya off the point, and then somehow find a way to maneuver yourself into Dahaka. The fight will be bottom lane here. 4 members of Hand Banana are down. Malazzo, he's body blocked in by Ray. Well played. They used a Q to get out.
Nice escape.
Yeah, he only had about 150 HP left. Up top here, Phoenix. Dahaka will pressure the Sonya. Defop hoping for the rotate here. There's the drag. Nice play by Terraspaz. He's going to wind up beating damage as Phoenix looking for the follow-up here. Eternity wants the cap. Does he get it?
Yeah, he will.
As
Just
he
in
eats,
time.
As he eats the dragon's breath. Dahaka trades
Not
out.
quite. Can't say the same for him, though.
Kill for a channel. We'll see if that early advantage winds up playing into the late game here.
Yeah, I'm all for trading the 1 life for the channel.
It's the early game. Not a big deal. XP is even. Dagonzo in chat. Ray is going to Rick with Diablo so long as his dial-up doesn't give out. Well, you know, he did so damn well in the first game. I think he should have to play with a handicap. There is an immediate wallbang. Junkrat is now on the other side. His own concussion mind. His own concussion mind betraying him there. And Guts goes down. 2 kills to none.
Interesting to see those role swaps as well, like you said earlier.
Again, it's common. A lot of teams in NGS are really just going to be working on comfort picks. We'll take an eye on our talents here. It's level 7. Comes online for both teams. This is the exact same build here for Phoenix that we saw in the first game. Arsenal synergy, inhibiting energy, and combat advantage as we see that sort of phase bomb build. Standard build for Stukov, standard for Tyrael as he moves on into Swift Retribution. Keep an eye on this. If Phoenix winds up getting the bonus attack speed and movement speed from Swift Retribution, it will provide a huge boost. 4-man commit here to Raspaz. Looking for the drag. And now something heroic will go to eliminate the sappers on the bottom lane. 1 gets through.
If I could mention real quick, I do think that Phoenix's bomb build is much better on somewhere like here or somewhere like Infernal Shrines, for example, where the fights are in much more enclosed areas. So I think his talent build definitely has merit here.
Teams are going to trade channels out. Sammy YC winds up eating a good chunk of damage, but no harm done. You know, we'll see just about this talent build, you know, mid to late game. I just want to see if on those longer fights, Ray, does he get the E? He does. Terraspaz now, if he's quick, he can burrow out. Drag on the Dahaka, he's going to wind up eating the root. He'll burrow, use trait. And Ray winds up confirming the kill on Dahaka. Every cooldown attempted there, but could not keep him alive.
Yeah, and just very good team play, a very nice rotation from Hand Banana. But
Could
they
have-
are actually down in XP.
Yeah, that's going to... I mean, that'll wind up trading it. Significant in that both teams will wind up hitting 10 at the same time. Good aggressive play from Ray here. Wind up getting the extra Q on Dahaka to confirm that kill, interrupting that global attempt. Keep an eye on top here. Eternity looking to trade out with Defop.
Not sure if that's a trade you really want to take, Phoenix.
I don't think he has warp right now. Can he get one more W? Over the wall? Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, that was
boy.
almost tragic. Oh, and it is the Terraspaz.
Vengeance for Terraspaz. Sonya goes down. Eternity will wind up grabbing this top Merc camp. Right now, if you look at these walls here, some tower damage here on the side of something heroic, but no damage. The Steppers will wind up getting some value here. 10s are picked up for both teams. We see Purification Salvo, Flailing Swipe, Sanctification, Rocket Ride, and Adaptation.
Rocket, the old classic.
APOC. Sands. Or excuse me. Yep, Sands. Go for the throat. T-Dream. What I expect will be Wrath.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be Leap here.
Okay. Wrath is picked up. Guts. Looking for the channel. Ray winds up with a flip there. Oh, APOC a little late. The Rocket Ride. At the very least, will save Junkrat. Ray now under big pressure here. Does Terraspaz have the drag? He winds up turning onto the Chromie. Well, you got the channel. But
Also
Hannibal,
got Junkrat
yeah.
just flying back.
This is a little bit of chaos here. Draco right now pop and go for the throat. Sanctification is out, and Silverhawk with a good swipe.
Very nice disengage. I don't think they'll be able to stop the chat. Oh, Stukov.
So a channel each, eventually. God, Junkrat's a pain. Isn't it great?
Joy. When you just see like, come on, man, we just want a cat.
What an annoyance. Diablo's Soulstone is complete. We'll keep an eye on that for Ray. Questing talents is taking a little while, though.
Guts has really got to watch his footing. He takes one misstep, Chromie can send him to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, and the combo we've seen has been... Ray is looking to get the QE on a target and flip that target right back into Dragon's Breath. On top lane, yet again, Eternity and Defop looking to trade out. Sonya should be able to spin and stay alive. Wow, Purification there. Oh, boy, and Defop with the counterplay. You press R, I press Q, and I win. Sonya confirming the kill.
Sending Phoenix to go duel Sonya, maybe not the best idea.
I thought he had it there. I think if he gets Salvo off, I think he actually might wind up getting that kill, but that's just a great spear. You can do those kind of things when you do nothing but spam Sonya in NGS. Hats off to Defop. 28-24 in terms of shots. This has all the makings of a long game. Both teams will hit level 13, pending a little bit more. So Sonya in the top lane here is going to pick up yet another camp. I think where this game might wind up turning, as this keeps moving on, excuse me. If Defop on Sonya there can keep confirming this top camp, I'd like to see him continue to go for it. He's going to wind up just whittling down that wall, and then top keep will be open at some point.
I don't think that's a duel Tyrael can win.
I don't believe so either. A little bit of pressure here on bot. Ray goes in. He uses APOC. He flips Eternity almost out of it, and Swipe will wind up canceling that out. Heroic's traded here. Sonya winds up picking up that top camp. And now something Heroic in a bit of an odd position without their main tank bottom.
Eternity, you gotta be careful, man.
Oh, and Rocket Ride comes out. Keep an eye on that big shot. Eternity very low. The timeout well played by Sammy YC.
The total mayhem.
Eats the mayhem shots, but I think Rocket Ride certainly would have finished that Chromie off. Wow, and meanwhile, Malazzo trying to get in here to fop. Just oppressive with those QW combos. Sanctification winds up getting thrown. Ray with 100 souls is all the way at the back. Are they going to wind up getting Dahak? Oh, boy.
Salvo.
Winds up confirming 1 kill. Tyrael will go down, but I think that's a good trade. Terespaz is on the back line. Does he know where Sammy YC is?
Drag.
Got it. Great
Nice
grab
drag.
onto Chromie.
Place.
And Something Heroic wins their first team fight of the game. Let's see if they can turn this into something. They wind up losing the channel, picking up a couple of kills. They've got a little bit of an XP advantage and the opportunity to siege up here. Ray is back down to no souls.
Well, it was a very chaotic team fight, and I feel like both teams played it pretty well. And unfortunately, though, in spite of Chromie's active, it truly was timeout. Around 25 seconds on the gray screen.
Up on top lane here, the Eternal Battle continues, this time to Fop, losing this trade against Terespaz. So the wall gone on both sides. Nope, still got a little bit of a tower left. This has been a really interesting little battle here. The
Fop has been really solid.
Yeah, camp picked up here bottom. Ray walking through the Silence Bowl. He has a Stukov. The Holy Ground comes out. APOC used. The Concussion Mine is going to get instant value. Silverhawk, though, eating the root after the flailing swipe, but no harm done. That's an ambitious Rocket Ride. Not sure that one was intentional. Miscalculated, if you will. 3 shrines at the ready. Junkrat hops back on the rocket, winds up top here. Something Heroic, after winning the last team fight, is going to go ahead and really, they're going to need to start turning these 3 tower phases into a winning trade. Sammy YC under pressure from a lot. So, wow, Sanct and Silence used.
Nice combo to disengage, but they're going to have to disrupt Fop.
Terespaz winds up picking up a little bit of a delay here. Silverhawk going way deep, and Dibbles.
Eternity eats the trap. That's so much burst damage. A 4-man salvo going to connect, but he's down.
Go for the throw, ends up deleting Phoenix, but at the same time, Terespaz looking to get the counter kill onto Gray Main. Malazzo with the chase. Let's see if Tyrael can wind up confirming this kill. Nothing there, and the Chromie poke is big, and Stukov has to retreat out. Sonya will wind up channeling here up top. Ray has the 16 now. Keep an eye on the QEQ. The charge, the flip and the charge yet again. Alonso here at the front line. He does not have Sanctification. There's the back line. Pressure coming up for Defop as he is on top of Guts. Oh, and the T-Dream, and Ray, despite being low damage, winds up proccing the APOC. He's going to chase Silverhawk down. Looks like he is going to be able to confirm that kill. At the meantime, Malazzo and Terespaz low. Tyrael winds up going down. That is 2 kills for none. Another long fight, and it goes in favor of Hand Banana.
Yeah, and I really gotta hand it to Ray. It just feels like he's everywhere this game.
Yeah, and Mosher held the T-Dream there very, very late. Just being able to apply it, even to just Stukov alone, was always going to wind up confirming the kill, but Tyrael winds up falling as well. Ray has got an immediate couple of... oh, boy.
That was a very nice combo.
Boy, Eternity is just dodging death in both of these games. Bottom bell tower converted. At the same time, Terespaz up in the top lane here is going to push a big minion wave. Sapper camp picked up. Draco has been all over both of these camps here on bottom. That's going to be 2 camps going over to the side of Hand Banana. Only 12 shots remain for Something Heroic.
If it's any consolation, though, I feel like Guts definitely has plenty of wave clear. Mine
Yeah,
will find 2.
I don't think these are going to wind up pressuring here. Rocket Ride got interrupted. Ray is immediately looking to find Guts yet again. Purification salvo goes out. Draco is in a load of trouble. Rolls on out of there. The Greninja escapes. Root winds up following 2. Sanctification is used. Been quick on that trigger. I'm not sure that was needed. It's going to be really tough to win this team fight despite being on talent tiers without Tyrael's Heroic. We'll see what the
You have to just
setup
hope
is.
that Rocket Ride doesn't get canceled. Sonya just gonna PvE it up on the top side.
There's the charge in. Ray winds up getting knocked out. Surely something heroic must know that Sonya's top now. They need to put some immediate pressure on. She's going to mount up and try to head on in. Malazzo with a chase. APOC comes out. Diablo looking to flip somebody into it. No one there. Taraspaz with a trait. He'll be healed up. Eternity at the back now lurking. Let's see if he can pick up a kill. And the silence comes out on Ethereal. Ray is going to go for the kill. Ethereal low. He needs to die and go for the trade here. Eternity is just being chunked out by Defop. Sonya with great value. Spin to win on top of Ethereal. Rocket Ride comes out, but unless it picks up a kill on Moshe here. Oh, and it does. But Draco winds up getting the channel.
Y'all mind if I spin through the entire back line?
So, I believe that's the second time that Defop has been on the other side of the map. He picks up a camp. Something heroic now looking to defend. There's spread volley from Junkrat trying to push off here. Are they going for boss or top bell tower? Looks like boss. So just getting back to our previous point. Defop has, I believe, twice now been able to cap top mercs and mount all the way down and turn a 4v5 into 5v5. And he just gets the flank there. Ray on top of the Junkrat. He waits for the second Q. He'll eat the chattering teeth. Junkrat gets away. Sammy, why are you tanking this? All right.
I think it really speaks to how patient Hand Banana's been in this game, as opposed to how very decisive they were in the early game. This one, they're being very deliberate with each fight, and they've been drawing it out long enough to where Defop can rotate all the way down, even after taking a full camp.
Great point. In the first game, the kills were instantaneous, based on that Garrosh combo, spiking in at 10 with the taunt really to secure kills, but these fights have been long drawn out, where in the previous game, these long drawn out fights went into the favor of something heroic. Right now, Hand Banana playing this almost perfectly. They only need this last bell tower. They will claim the game. They don't have 20s.
But the desperation and the pressure is on something heroic here, because this is do or die in 5 seconds, and Malazzo looks like he's caught out.
Oh, the double combo. He winds up getting Sanctification into the APOC here, but Tyrael is going to be low. Taraspaz on the back line. Looking to shark in. Salvo comes out, but it's only going to be on Defop. Let's see if he can get healed up. Tyrael goes down. Spin to win on the back line on Silverhawk. Tyrael does not get a lot of trait value. That is 2 kills, 3 with Defop confirming. Rocket Ride will get a little bit of delay. Keep that timeout up. There we go, Sammy. No tricks that time. So Hand Banana will wind up claiming the second map. 15-4 in terms of kills. They improve to 3-0. Something heroic falls to 0-3. And Hand Banana, undefeated on the season. They're looking like a powerhouse here in C East.
And the biggest question I think now is, how many games of Sonya can Defop continue to play?
He's 6-0. I just thought by now somebody would have taken it away from him. We're going to see if we can go ahead and grab ourselves an individual slide on up to our lobbies. As we take a look at the stats, Sammy YC leading in damage there on the Chromie. About, what, 25k ahead of anybody else. Let's see if we can queue Ray up. Some other things that jumps out here. Tough goings from Malazzo on the Tyrael. Pressured into using Sanctification multiple times before the objective phase, and I'm not sure that would have been it. I'm not sure that staying alive was going to, or excuse me, holding Sanctification would have swung the entirety of that game. Remember that. Oh, hey, Ray, what's going on there? But yeah, being forced to use Sanct was a big issue. So congratulations, you guys improve to 3-0.
Yep.
And 6-0.
Yep.
With that Sonya.
Oh yeah, we run Sonya a lot. It's
it seems to be the linchpin. This is the first time I've had you guys on. Tell us about your team. You guys are new to NGS. You were featured in an article as well by Tempest, but talk to us about your early experiences here in the league.
Early experiences, we really we've really been enjoying ourselves. We were just looking for something a step up from Team League, and this seemed to be it. We initially registered for an EU league
Really?
because we were so excited for something like this, but
Because
then
oops.
yeah, I wasn't paying attention that it was EU, but whenever we found out that there was a post about NGS on the subreddit, we felt like we had to join, and it's been a blast.
Absolutely, man. So, one thing I definitely want to commend you guys on, for sure, has been the very, very strong connection between yourself and Mosher. You went with you went with the first pick Malfurion twice, and it certainly has worked out for you guys.
Hmm. Yeah, Mosher, Sammy, and I have been playing since before HOTS 2.0 came out. I started playing last January, but we really sort of stuck together and we really sort of connect. And we know how each other plays. Like Mosher can tell when I'm going for an engage, or I can. It it's pretty seamless in terms of communication between us all.
Very well played. So in the first game there, the Lunara worked out really well for you guys. Certainly in the Uther. Our note was that it looks like you guys excelled in the early game, but you had a little bit of a bobble in the mid game there. A strong comeback from something heroic. Talk to us through the mid game there. What are comms like? What were the adjustments that you guys made in order to secure that victory on BOE?
Uh, so pretty much our plan with our garage comps is to blow up. Obviously, like Mosher and I have our lockdown on lock pretty much. So it just sort of screwed with us whenever I tossed a Phoenix, and he's typically really squishy, and he just got D-shield and he was able to warp away. So normally we have Stukov to prevent that, but we liked Malf a bit more against their comp.
Okay, right on.
Uh, but overall, there wasn't really much tension. There's in pretty much all of the games we've played, there's been some sort of bubble here or there. But we're pretty good in maintaining our momentum.
Right on. Siege, your floor. If you have any questions for this fine gentleman.
Not many questions so much as I just wanted to commend you on in that second game. It just felt like you were everywhere and you guys were impacting every fight. If I had one question, I would ask like in game one, it felt like every battle was very decisive and you guys jumped on it very cleanly. But in game two, everything was more drawn out and more methodical, and some very nicely held Twilight Dreams. We're landing on 3, 4 people every fight. But what do you think that says about your team? The patience and the execution to pull that off.
Uh, Honestly, we're definitely really good with the blow up strats that we run on game one, and on game two, it was sort of we've never really played Towers of Doom. We we run other maps usually, so this was a first for us. Um, but I thought, hey, I'm feeling it today, so and that's pretty much what you have to do. You have to have those long drawn out fights where you save cooldowns or you wait for the right engage or wait for the right wall charge, and uh, I was really happy with our performance today.
You guys were very,
Nice.
very, very strong on that map. Again, a great performance, 15-4 in kills on Towers of Doom, despite, as you said, really not being your kind of map. So we're gonna let you go. We'll give you shout outs in a minute, but just looking forward, have you guys had a little bit of time to scout? Where do you think you're ultimately gonna fall here in Div C East?
Uh, Early on, after our first two wins, we were definitely hoping for at least the top eight. But now I'm feeling fairly confident that
Good. Yeah, you should be.
we could get the into the top four.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Shout outs. You certainly have quite a few fans in chat.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got a lot of people. So shout outs to the people from Grand Theft Auto if they're watching. Shout outs to Mosher and Daft's people in the OPP. Uh, Shout out to Damien, River, uh, Ruck, all you guys. It's been a blast having you watch our games.
Right on, man. I wish you guys luck, and I'm going to keep an eye on you. It was a very strong performance in both of those games, and all the best.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, that will do it for our first part of the doubleheader. I want to thank Siege for joining me. That looks like a pretty darn good team.
Definitely.
I certainly think, again, based on the strength of that performance, that they look good for this division. And they're definitely going to be the kind of team that I'm going to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. We'll see if Tempest writes something up about it.
They got him once. We'll see. I mean, that guy does so much work. Shout out to Tempest, by the way. All the articles are just a huge help. So I am going to take a break. I have the second half of the doubleheader coming up. We've got Ari and the Yit bosses going up against Amazing as we wind up transitioning our slides out. We'll be back in about 45 minutes. Hope to see you guys there. We'll just take a little bit of a break. And once again, I'm